Sambo is a term for a person with African heritage and, in some countries, also mixed with Native American heritage. Formerly, it had the technical meaning of a person having a mixture of black and white ancestry, more black than white, a contrast with mulatto, quadroon, octoroon, etc. In modern British English, the term Sambo is considered offensive. Etymology and usage. The word Sambo came into the English language from the Latin American Spanish word zambo, the Spanish word in Latin America for a person of mixed African and Native American descent. This in turn may have come from one of three African language sources. Webster's Third International Dictionary holds that it may have come from the Congo word nzambu. Note that the Z of Spanish is pronounced like the English S rather than as the Z in the word nzambu. The Royal Spanish Academy gives the origin from a Latin word, possibly the adjective valgus or another modern Spanish term, both of which translate to bow-legged. The equivalent term in Portuguese-speaking areas, such as Brazil, is cafuso. Examples of Sambo as a common name can be found as far back as the 18th century. In Thackeray's novel Vanity Fair, the black-skinned Indian servant of the Sedley family from Chapter 1, is called Sambo. Similarly, in Harriet Beecher Stowe's novel, Uncle Tom's Cabin, one of Simon Legree's overseers is named Sambo. Instances of it being used as a stereotypical name for African Americans can be found as early as the Civil War. The name does not seem to have acquired the intentional, open derogatory connotation until the first half of the 20th century. Sambo's grave. Sambo's grave is the 1736 burial site of a young dark-skinned cabin boy or slave, on unconsecrated ground in a field near the small village of Sunderland Point, near Heysham and Overton, Lancashire, England. Sunderland Point used to be a port, serving cotton, sugar and slave ships from the West Indies and North America. Little Black Sambo. The name became especially associated with the children's book Little Black Sambo by Helen Bannerman, published in 1899. It was the story of a boy named Sambo who outwitted a group of hungry tigers. Bannerman also wrote Little Black Mingo, Little Black Washer, and Little Black Quibber. In this book, Sambo is the name of a southern Indian boy. The once popular Sambo's restaurant chain used the Helen Bannerman images to promote and decorate their restaurants, although it was named after the chain's co-owners, Samuel Battistone and Newell Burnett. The word and the choice of racist iconography by the chain had such negative connotations that despite the actual origin of the chain's name, they were contributing factors in the chain's demise in the early 1980s. References. Bibliography: Boskin, Joseph Sambo, New York, Oxford University Press, Goings, Kenneth Mamie and Uncle Mose, Black Collectibles and American Stereotyping, Bloomington, Indiana University Press, ISBN 0-253-32592-7. External links, e-texts of the story of Little Black Sambo, HTML version with the illustrations, plain text version with no illustrations.